Hello everyone and welcome to the computer class of class 5 once again. We are going back to the previous system that we used to use earlier, in which I give you a pre-recorded class. It is a little better because with the Zoom classes and interactive classes it becomes very difficult for communication and difficulty for teaching. A lot of network connectivity issue, hardware issue, etc, etc, etc. So the best way is for me to record a class. I'll put it up in the YouTube video as it was being done earlier. What we are going to do is, at the end of the class, we are going to have a small interactive class where you can ask me your questions if you have any about the video, and if you somehow miss that class, you can always note down your questions in the comment section of this video in the GCR, and I will try and get back to you. Okay, so let's begin with the class. Okay, in the previous class we have studied about today we are going to be talking about also in the previous class there was some disruption regarding the class, so we could not complete the class. So today we are going to be talking about starting from page number 36. So if you have already opened your book, very good. If you have not, pause this video and open up the book on page number 36 and rejoin me on managing files and folders using Windows Explorer. Okay, let us begin. As explained above, please follow the book with me. As explained above, Windows Explorer window is divided into two columns. The left one column is displayed. Column displays a list of drivers and folders. The right column shows the content of the folder that has been selected in the left column. Okay. Now, if I were to show you the Windows Explorer column that I have with me, now if you see right now. Sorry for that. Now if you see very clearly, and just give me a moment, I will just change the cursor of my mouse so that I can make it big and bold. Okay, hardware and sound, where is mouse options? Yes, pointers, and I shall change it to something extra large. Just apply. Yes, now I hope you people can see my mouse cursor very easy, the black one. Okay, now this particular window that you see on the left hand side, is known as the navigation pane. And this white space, you see the small line that divides, this white space is known as the main folder. The folder is here. Okay, this is the navigation column with which you can go to D drive, E drive, wherever I want to go. I want to switch from desktop, downloads, recent files, etc. So this is particular the folder. Okay, now let us come back to the book, and yeah, my book was here. All right, so let us start with viewing contents of the files and folder. How do we do that? This process is given very easy. To view the contents of any folder or file, follow these steps. Click on the drive or a folder which you want to explore from the left pane on the Windows Explorer. Double click on the folder or the file you wish to explore from the right pane to see the content of the folder. Alright, so what you need to do is basically wherever you want to go, you can use from the left hand side column, and once you come to a particular folder, you want to enter a folder, you need to double click it. Okay, I'll just show it to you on my computer also. Yes, this is my folder. Now you see here I am right now on, if you see the address very carefully, I had taught you how to read the address. Computer, local disk E, Alok GCR, book. Okay, I'm inside the book folder. Now I'll just go back one level up, and right now I have come out of the book, I am into the GCR folder. Inside the GCR folder I have the books folder, and I shall double click it and the book folder will open. Okay, so this is how you enter into a particular folder. All right, now let's come back to the just give me a moment. Yes, let's come back to the book. Now if you have to create a folder, you have to create a new folder in your particular computer. Now how do you do that? How do you create a new folder? The process is given in your book. It is very simple. If you are sitting across the computer, you can use this process. Next time you are sitting in front of a computer, you can use this process. What is the process? Follow these steps to make a new folder. Number one, click on the folder inside which a new folder has to be created. Now, the folder in which you want to create a new folder. Suppose you want to create a folder in a particular drive. All right. Now, I'll just give you an example of how to go about it. Now, I'll just show it to you. Suppose I go to my D drive. Okay. Now you see my D drive is empty. I have come to my D drive with the left pane. All right. Or I'll just show you how to come about it. Just give me a moment. I will, as it's given in your book, Windows, all programs, accessories, and here I shall find Windows Explorer. Okay. Now Windows Explorer opens up the library in front of me. I will go to my D drive. You see on the left pane, on the left side, you see my cursor will go to the left side. This is the D drive. Okay. Now, right now my D drive is empty, khali, phaka. Suppose I am a student of class 5, alright, and I would want to open a folder for my class only. So what I will do is, the process is very simple. All I'll do is I'll come inside this folder, and what does it say in your book? It says folder has to be created in the Windows Explorer. In this case, click on the folder 5. Class folder 5. Number 2 is click on the new folder options in the toolbar. Okay. Now, how do you do that? You see in your book only on page number 4.9. Okay. In your book only page number 4.9, it is given very clearly. There is a new folder tab here. So if I go into the particular folder that I was in, now here you see there is a new folder tab. Very simple. Okay. I'll just create a new folder. The moment I create a new folder is created, and the computer has marked the name of the new folder in blue color. Okay. I can give it any name that I want. Okay. Right now the computer is asking me, do you want to give a name? If I don't do that, it will be named as a new folder. Okay. If I just press enter. Okay. If I double click also, it will become enter. No, I don't want to name it new folder. I will give it a name. What will I give it? I will give my class. Alright, and I will press enter. Now this is my class. I will enter my class. Here I would want to create different folders for different subjects. Alright. Now suppose I want to create one for English. Right. Next, I would want to create one for Hindi, if for me Hindi. Next, I would want one for math. Next, I would want one for EVS or SST, whatever you would want it, call it. I'll call it EVS. And another one for science. Sorry for that. Science. So here, this is how you very simply create a folder. Windows 7 allows you to create a folder very easily. All you do is just click the new folder tab on top. If you do not find the tab on top, there are other ways also with which you can create a new folder. Very simple. You can create a new folder anywhere. If I want, I can create a new folder on my desktop. Just give me a moment. I'll take you to my desktop. See, I've come to my desktop, and my desktop has these big icons. Now here I want to create a new folder, but here there is no option for new folder. What do? All I do is just come here and take a right click. When you do right click, this option will open in front of your screen, and here you will see there is an option called new. The moment I come to new, the computer will ask me, what new do you want? Do you want a folder, a shortcut, a bitmap image, a contact, journal, document, blah, lots of things. Whatever applications are there on your computer, the computer will give you those options. So here I would want a new folder. Now see, there's a new folder opened up. All I do is Alok School folder. Alok School folder. And voila, my new folder is made. Inside this, the moment I open, and the folder is empty. I can create new folders here also. You can create as many new folders inside folder, inside folder, inside folder. Just like the Chinese doll that I talked about. No, the Russian doll as it was called. Okay, let's come back to our book. Okay. Yes, as I was telling you, If you come to page number 37, let us know more. A new folder can also be created by right clicking in the right column of the Windows Explorer and by choosing the new folder option from the shortcut menu. Okay, so as I told you earlier, you can also create new folder in another way. Now once you've created a folder is basically like a box in which you keep things. All right, how do you have to create a new file? Okay, to create a new file, the process is almost simple, almost same as creating a new folder. Just give me a moment, let me just minus it a little bit. Yes, now creating a file on page number 37. Please come to page number 37. File can be created in any program in Windows after completing a task. When we save the work and give it a name, a file is created. However, there is another way to create a file in a folder. The steps to be followed are: now, when you start a particular application, when you start a particular, let's say, any application, you record a music file, or you take a picture, or you draw something, or you write something. Any application you use, once you have completed your work and you save it for the first time, the computer will ask you to name the file. Okay, because that is a new file for the computer. So basically the computer is asking you that what is the name that you want to give to the new file. All right, so you can give a name to the new file and the computer will save it. Remember, the computer will save the file in a default memory. A default is basically anything that the computer does it automatically. Okay, so the computer will automatically put it in one particular folder. Okay, if you want to change the location of the file, you can do it in two ways. Number one is when you are saving the file, you can change the location. Let me show it to you. If I suppose open a particular, let me start by, let's say go to WordPad. All right, let's see. Now this new WordPad is opened up in front of you, and I write here twinkle, twinkle, T-W-I-N-K, twinkle, little star. Now suppose I've written this file and I want to save this file. Now see, I've written this very bad, caps lock and no caps lock. Now I want to save the file. Now remember, as I said, there are two. This is step number one. If I'm creating a file, now suppose I've used a particular software, anything, whether you're writing a word, you're recording a sound, you're taking a picture, same process. I have used a particular file. Now if I want to save it, now see, the computer will ask me these things. Number one, the location of the file. Number two is the file name. You pay attention on my screen, this is the file name. Now I can change the location right here. If I want to change it to D drive, my class, let's say I want to save it in English. All right, and this is my location. I've already given the location where I want to change. Oh, and the name of the file can be my file or anything you would want to write. My file, and I save it. Now see, the file has been saved as my file in my folder. If I just take you to my folder, see, my file is already here. Just give me a moment, I'll just make it extra large icon. Yes, this is my file. All right, also there are other ways also. Suppose you forgot to change the location. You can move a particular file. How can you move a particular file? This is question number one. This is trivia question. You will answer this question in the comment section of this video. Let's see how many people can answer. How can you move a file from a particular location, that is from one place in the computer to another? How to do that? That you will answer me later on. Chaliye, let's come back to the book and just give me a moment. How much? Okay, good, we are good. Okay, now there are other ways also how to open a file. Let us come to your page number 37. 37. To open a folder by double clicking it. a window appears, right click in the window, a menu appears, click on new, a submenu appears, for example, to create a Word document or choose a Word document. Double click on the file to open and type text in it. Now, as I had shown you on the desktop, the same process can be adopted other places also. All right, give me a moment. Let me go back to my desktop once. Remember, to create a new folder, what I had done right click here. All right, the moment I do right click, this window that opens up here, there is an option called new. See, the moment I come to new, the computer will ask me, what new do you want? You want a folder, you want a Word document, you want a music file, you want what kind of new document do you want? All right, and I have the option of choosing. All right, now suppose I want to open a new file here. I am in my class folder and I want to go to, let's say, math file subject, and here also the same process. Right click, there's an option called new here, voila, and I can select any one of these options. Suppose I would select a text document. Now the moment I select a text document, first thing that the computer will do is ask you, what do you want to name it? Suppose I want to name it geometry. I hope my spelling is right. So I'll just addition. Addition, Sundar. Now see, the file has been named as addition. I have named the file as addition, and the file is ready. All I need to do is open it and start typing whatever I wish. Alright, so I can do it whatever I want. Chaliye, let's come back to our book and let's turn the page over. Renaming a file. Once we have created a file, the file is saved. Suppose you forgot to name the file, or suppose you by mistake gave the wrong name to a file. What do? Can you change the name of a file that is already created? Yes, jolly well you can. The process is given clearly in your book. Come to page number 38, renaming a file. What is the process? Let us read. Click once on the icon of the folder. What you do is you just click once, okay, that you want to rename the file or the folder that you want to rename. Just click it once. Number 2, click on organize options from the toolbar and choose the rename option. Now if you look at figure number 4.11, okay, the process is given. Okay, the two steps, step number 1 and step number 2 is given. Figure number 4.11, and step number 3 is type the new name and press enter. Now we'll try and do this in our folder. Just give me a moment. Yes, suppose this is the folder, this is the file, addition file, and I want to change it. I by mistake made a it was supposed to be division, but I have made it addition. So what I do is, first, what does the step number 1 says? Click once. I have clicked once. Step number 2 says click organize. Organize is the left column. I'll click here, and you see there is an option called rename, and along with rename there are other options also. There's something called delete, you have undo, you have cut, copy, folder layout, and remove properties, etc, etc, etc. I will rename, and you see the computer is asking me, what do I want to do? I want to name it DIVISION, division, and I press. Step number 3 is enter, and the file has been named as enter. So that was renaming a file. There are other ways also of renaming a file. Method number 2, as I had said, right click of the mouse is very powerful in your computer. Okay, there is another way to come to page number 39. There is another way to rename a file or a folder. Right click on the folder icon. I will just show it to you very, very simply. It's given step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Okay, let me show it to you how to do it. Now suppose I am here and I want to convert this name division into something else. All I do is I take my cursor on top of this file and I'll do right click. The moment I do right click, a long list of icons will appear. Okay, and one of them is here is rename. All right, and I can rename anything that I want. DI divide, and the name is changed to divide. You can also change the name of a folder like this. Let's come back to our book. What does the book says next? Opening a file or a folder. To open page number 39, let's come to page number 39. To open a file or a folder, move the mouse or mouse pointer to the required file or folder and double click on it. It's very, very simple. To open a file or any folder, you take the cursor on top of the folder and double click. Okay, it's opened and viewed. There's another option also. You can do just click once and then press enter. If you are not very comfortable with double clicking on your mouse, you can do this one also. Just click it once and then press enter on your keyboard. That way also you can open. Alright, now moving a file or a folder. Oh, see, a file or a folder can be moved from one location to another by dragging its icon. Moving a slash folder means shifting it from its location source to another location destination. Follow these steps to move a file or folder. Now suppose there is a file at another drive or another location on my computer. Now I have to shift that file from one place to another. What do I do? Okay, if it is the same place, if it's within the same place, all you can do is just click and drag. Okay, that way you can just drag it in the same place. But if you have to take it to another folder, what do? You follow the next process. Step number 1, select the file or folder you want to move. Which file do you want to move? First you have to click it and select it. Okay, only once click, by the way, remember. Number 2, from the organize option, select the cut to move the file. Now you are going to cut a file and select cut. The moment you have cut, the computer has taken it outside and it is waiting for you to, what comes after cut? Paste. Correct, for those who guessed it right. So once you have cut, the computer is waiting for you to paste. But where to paste? So you will go to the particular place that you want to paste and then go there and click paste. Okay, so let us just give me a moment. Come to page number 'Just give me a moment. Yes, very simple. I'll just show you how to cut and paste. Suppose this is my divide file that I want to take it somewhere. Right now it is in the math folder and I would want to take it somewhere else. What do? What is the process given? Step number 1, select the file. Step number 2, organize. And you see there is an option called cut. The moment I do cut, you see this file has become light. Basically the computer is waiting for you to paste it. What happens if you don't paste it? The file remains where it is. If you shut down the computer or you do not paste it anywhere else, the computer will leave it where it was. Okay, but right now the computer is waiting where I want to paste it. So I will go back to the class folder and I'll go into science folder, and here I'll again click organize, and here see the paste option is available and I will click paste, and I have moved a particular file. Very simple. Just follow the book. It's very simple. Let's come back to our book. Copying a file or a folder. Let's read. Copying a file or a folder. Copying a file or a folder means reproducing it in the destination folder without removing it from the source folder. Let us learn the step. Understand the difference between copy and cut and paste. Alright, copy means this is a particular file and you make another copy. Okay, this is copy. You make the same thing again. There are two files with the same identity. Okay, but to cut means, or moving a file means, this is a particular file and you want to move from this place to another place. This is only one file. Okay, so decide what do you want. You would want to cut a file or you would want to copy a file. most people who use a computer do not understand the difference between cut and copy. Most people make the mistake of always copying a file. When you copy a file, remember there are two files of the same type, and later on there can be confusion. Like if suppose there is a जुड़वा भाई, जोमोज भाई बोन, दो जुड़वा भाई बहन है, आपको कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगी कौन है, किसने गलत काम किया, किसने अच्छा काम किया. You don't know because they just look the same. Alright, so remember, copying a file is only required when you want to give the same thing to different people. Alright, otherwise cutting a file, you have to decide what do I have to do exactly. Do I want to copy a file or you want to cut a file? So copy a file, very simple, same process as cut. Instead of clicking cut, you will just do copy. Now the process is given. Step number 1, select the file or folder you want to copy. Step number 2, from the organize option, select copy option and move the file right. Or you can also do this. Yes, this is also a process. Let's come back to my folder. Now this is the divide file that I have got in my folder. Okay, now just like the cut, click once and organize, and you see there's a copy option also here. But you can do it otherwise also, other places also. Let's say I go to this desktop of mine, and suppose I would want to copy this math RTF. Alright, now there is no organize option here. What do? I will just take my mouse on top of it and I'll do right click. The moment I do right click, you see this long list opens. You can do all these things. You can open this file, you can print this file, you can share the file, you can archive it, you can send it to some other places, you can cut, you can copy, you can rename, you can delete also. Okay, in fact in the next section of your book, next section of your chapter, we have the delete option. So right now what we are going to do is you just need to copy the file. Now that I have copied the file, I'll go to my folder that I want and I will do right click and paste, or I can do organize and paste. I can do anything. Both the process is simple. There is another process for those who are very smart at computer, and you will tell me what is the third process with which you can copy and paste. Okay, this is also question number 2 that you will answer. All right, so what is the third process in which you can copy and paste? First one I have showed you, just right click and paste will come here. Another option is that you can just organize and paste. There is a third one also, and that you shall tell me in the activity section. With that I will post in the GCR. Please answer that question. Okay, so coming back to our book. Okay, I'll just show you how to paste it here. What does the book say? Let's see what does the book say. How to paste. Hurry. Sorry for that. From the organize option. So he's saying from the organize option, we will use the organize option only. Just go to organize and paste, and you see the maths 6 RTF has come. Remember, I have copied the file. That means this file is here and the same looking file is on the desktop also. See, it's here. But if I take you back to my division file, divide file, remember this was a cut it file. I had cut it. So let's see if it's there in the math section. No. Now you understand the difference? For when you are doing cut, there is no duplicate file, but when you are doing copy, there is always a duplicate file. To remove confusion, what you can do is, suppose you have made a duplicate file, you can rename this file math 6 copy. Now this is a different file. How? Because this is math 6 copy and the one on the desktop is math 6. Okay, chaliye, coming back to our next page. Deleting a file or a folder, very simple. The process is just as same as I had shown you. Same thing, click the organize, click the file that you want deleted. Now I'll just go back to this one. Now math 6 I want it deleted, so I will click it once I'll go to organize and see the option is coming here, deleted. Remember, the organize will only talk about the file that is selected, that is that you have clicked once. Delete option is always there. The computer will ask you one more time. What is the computer asking me? Are you sure you want to move this file to the recycle bin? Okay. There's another way of deleting. Very simple. Let somebody tell me. Right click and see there's option for delete also. And I will do yes. The file is gone. The file is gone where? It's gone to the recycle bin. It's gone to the dustbin. Remember, the file is there. It's not permanently deleted. Chaliye. So that is also the same process. You can read this on your own. Very, very simple. Restoring a file or a folder that is deleted. Suppose I have deleted a file by mistake. Oh my God, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have deleted it. What do? I will go to the recycle bin. Remember, we had sent the file to the recycle bin. Okay. And when you go to the recycle bin, you will find your file there. Okay, and you can take it back. How do you take it back? Let's go to the recycle bin. Okay, I don't have a recycle bin on my desktop. Just give me a moment. Let me bring my recycle bin. Yes, so now the recycle bin is there here. You see, this is the recycle bin. I'll open it, double clicking it, and it is opening. Oh my God, so many files are here. I got lots and lots and lots of files here, and it is still loading. You see, this is the Math 6 copy here that was to be deleted, that I had deleted by mistake. Now I want to take it back. There are two ways. One, I've just selected it, and you see it says restore this item. Restore means it will take it back to where I got it from. Alright, I can do this. Yes, I can just click it once and restore this item. Very, very simple. Alright, also I can do right click here and see again the option of restore comes, or I can do cut from here and I can take it back where I got it from, and I will paste it. Okay, so this is the way you can restore a particular file that has been given to you. Okay. Okay, first I would like to apologize for the bad lighting. It's night time, so I'm unable to give you proper light. Another thing that with that we come to the end of this class. I know this class can be a little bit longer than expected, but our idea is to finish the class finish the chapter. Okay, I'm going to be posting some questions in the GCR, so I would request you to go back and answer those questions. And also I'll be sending you an activity before next week, or probably next class will begin with this activity, depending upon if I have some free time available. So I would want you to complete that activity also. Okay, so with that I come to the end of this class. Complete my activities and don't skip, please. Okay, because your next term there will be no test. Okay, I will be only judging you on what you have done in the class. Okay, with that, this is Alok sir saying bye-bye.
And that's the end.